When I'm dancing, I feel very free. I feel I can forget about the outside world and I can just immerse myself fully into whatever I'm feeling in that moment and whatever I want to express. I also connect very deeply with music, so that means that I can just get lost, you know. So my name is Salomé Pressac and I'm a professional dancer. I live in London and I'm 24. I was dancing from a very young age, like when you're a child and your parents put you in the little baby ballet class. I loved how it made me feel and the sense of like friendship and community that you also get from being in a dance class, yeah. I started dancing or practicing ballet from 3 years old. That was the first thing that I started out with. And I carried on until I was 16. And then that's when I introduced contemporary. It was the first time that I started with contemporary classes. I like ballet because it gives me discipline, but also contemporary gives me that creative freedom that I think maybe not everybody needs, but I definitely need it as an artist, yeah. A lot of people in my family are very artistic. My dad was an MC and a DJ, so I remember growing up, like he would have these little cassette tapes that he would record and like make all his mixes on, and in the summer he would play them in the stereo out the window whilst we would play. My mum, she had a dance background. She used to do quite a bit of dancing and like some gymnastics also. So I think just having that around me kind of just inspired me to want to carry on. So I think being in a house where I was surrounded constantly by different types of music, different types of art, and just a place where creativity was encouraged, it really helped me to believe that this was something that I could actually make into a career, you know, because I think a lot of people, when they hear like, oh, you're a dancer, especially when I was in school, like my teachers would be like, oh, that's nice, but like, so what are you actually going to do like as a career? And I'm like, no, like that is what I'm going to do. And they're like, oh, but you should have a plan B. I'm like, no, like this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to make it happen, you know, so. A few of projects that I've been in for music videos, there's a African artist called Davido, so I was in his music video. Demi Lovato and Fischer, Ibeyi, Fred again, which I know is like very big in the UK. That was like insane, and we actually shot that in lockdown, like from the balcony that I was on, because we needed to be quarantined, but like separated. So they were shooting me like on this balcony. So that was quite a cool experience. Before I was freelance, I was in Revol company, which is one of the best companies in the UK for contemporary dance. And I was there for 2 years. And then in lockdown, I left to become freelance. And I think that was when I was kind of like, okay, now I'm on my own. I have nobody to help me and to deal with, you know, where my next show is going to be or where I'm going to get my next paycheck from. So I think it really pushed me to be more independent and self-sufficient. In a city like London where, as we talked about, there's like many opportunities, but also so many people going for the same opportunities, you may not always get what you want. And so obviously being an artist is like, you need to make a living somewhere, somehow. So I think people don't realize that we do have to do many other jobs, and like if we're very passionate about what we want to do, like you have to make a means to fund that for yourself. So yeah, working other jobs such as like bars or restaurants and being a waitress and things like that, like sometimes it's things that you don't want to do, but we have to if we want to pursue our passion and like fund the things that we want to do. Like it's essential. Yeah, there are a lot of struggles with self-image in the dance industry. Personally, for me, I struggled a lot with having the image of myself as a dancer and having the image of myself as a human in the real world. When you are young, you don't really realize it, but I was put in front of a mirror from 3 years old when I started dancing, and you just are looking at yourself constantly, you know. So I'll have like a typical small frame, lean, small, petite body, but some part of my background is also Caribbean, so my dad is Jamaican. So for me, it was quite confusing. Like when I was in a dance environment, I'm like, oh yeah, like people were telling me like your body is great, your body is good. But then when I'm in the real world, it's like you have man's legs, like you're very muscly. Having a mixed heritage, so my mum is French and my dad is Jamaican, I think was great because you have two completely different cultures, and I had opportunity to have lots of different experiences. My Jamaican side of the family, like they're great, like they're always having gatherings and music and food, and you know, I think that's really what influenced me or helped me to be like how social I am. And the other side of my family, so my French side, is very like the refined, like bougie, like French class, you know, kind of vibes, and just very peaceful. So my mum brings me the peace that I need, and just all of the, you know, reminding to take care of myself and put myself first and take things slow and not to rush. And then also I have the energy and like the passion and the drive, like definitely from my dad's side. I think especially in ballet, being a black girl was quite difficult. I didn't have any examples, so I was like, okay, like I don't know if I even wanted to pursue a career in ballet. I still have this tutu,
yeah,
in my room upstairs.
Yeah.
I was so cute, like very cute, guys. What happened? I wish they had dates on the back.
But you was like 12 maybe, or 12, 13.
Doing my little ballet solo. Wow. I can still remember her being like, turn out your knee, point those toes. Like when you have rehearsals and they remind you like, okay, like when you do this, then you have to make sure. Like I just know. And then she's like, the back arm. It wasn't straight, but it's fine. The thing that I love about dancing is that I also love to travel. And so I found that through, you know, being in a company or even being a freelancer, the opportunities are endless all over the world. Like it can really take you anywhere. You meet so many people. It's a very big community because we all understand like the highs and lows of dancing and the struggles that you might go through, but also how good it feels when you dance with a group of people that you know you spent hours and hours rehearsing, and it might have been hard and you're sweating and it hurts and all these things, but when you finally perform and you can feel everybody's energy like bubbling, it's a really good feeling. Yeah. My future goals would be to keep dancing for as long as possible, but just definitely stay in the creative field. I've started doing a bit more movement direction and choreography for campaigns or music videos, and I really enjoy actually being on the other side of the camera. But when I look back, I think, because it was definitely a struggle for us to pay for all the dance training and everything, but yeah, hopefully it can be a source of inspiration for people who have come from similar backgrounds than me and may not have, you know, always the same opportunities or like the money to fund like the things that they want to do. Hopefully, yeah, it can be a source of inspiration for somebody that it's possible, you know, you just have to be fearless. Yeah. Advice I would give to aspiring dancers: lock yourself in a studio. Like, I spent my whole second year, the summer of my second year, in the studio listening to music, trying to think like, okay, how do I like to move? What feels good for me? Take the time to explore, be patient with yourself, speaking to yourself in a good way. You'll attract what you need. I've seen a lot of people leave their passions behind because of maybe difficulties, or they thought that they couldn't do it, or they didn't have, you know, the right support system around them. I just want to say, like, don't give up if you really, really, really have something that you're passionate about and you know it fulfills you and it makes you feel alive inside. Like, find a way, really find a way. And if you have to do these part-time jobs and, you know, make small sacrifices for the greater image or the greater goal in your life, then do it. And that feeling of satisfaction is like, you can't get that from anything else, you know, just knowing that you gave everything and you put all your hard work in. Like, that would be the thing that I would say, is just like, if you have a desire for it, then don't let anything get in your way. Like, you have to be fearless, you have to be unstoppable, basically. Yeah.